Hi there. In this lecture we see Magnus Carlsen with the white pieces against Evgeny Shaposhnikov. So this is in 2004, Aeroflot Open round 4. So it starts with d4 from Magnus. We have knight f6, c4, e6. We have the Nimzo Indian defense. Queen c2, c5. White takes on c5, bishop takes knight f3, queen b6. So looking at f2, we e3, okay. We can fianchetto this bishop. It's not completely going to be a prisoner all the time. a6 and in fact b3 now. Queen c7, bishop b2. b6, bishop e2, bishop b7. Now what do you think would be a usual move here for opening principles? And what do you think Magnus Carlsen played? So I'd say the metaphor here is the positional gambit here. That's a clue for you. If I say to you positional gambit here, what would be your chosen move? So in fact, the game is really spiced up with this g4 move now. Yeah, positional gambit here. We see knight takes g4. If black castles, we've got ready-made attack, g5, rook g1. We can castle queenside soon. We got ready-made attack, so knight takes g4. Rook g1, and now this is like 2 pawns down, right? It's 2 pawns down, and our f3 knight is being hit as well. So we need to do something about that. So we're playing this move, quiet move, 2 pawns down, knight g5. We don't want to lose a piece. You know, rook takes is definitely just losing a piece for nothing. So knight g5. We have to move knight c6. So this is really interesting. Black is wanting to castle queenside. If f6, we can play bishop h5 check, and we're completely justified with our double pawn sack. Knight takes h7, queen g6 check, queen takes f6 check, absolutely winning. And if rook takes, yeah, queen takes g6, absolutely winning. So f6 is out of the question. h6, you might wonder, there's knight takes f7, queen g6 check, queen takes g7, and we can castle with check on the queen side. We can throw in queen g2 here, c takes, and then we can go back for more with queen g7, pick up that rook. That's pretty devastating stuff. So knight c6 seems sensible. White castles queenside. The engine verdict here, modern engine verdict, is even though white's 2 pawns down, it's actually a clear advantage for white. Yeah, there's a lot of pressure being put on the black position. This is kind of Alpha Zero style. We see knight e5 being played. So what's going on here? What about f5? Is that an idea to block the queen? Now this goes into crazy territory if f5. So we're 2 pawns down. There's an incredible move here to do with the fact that we're x-raying g7. I know there's an obstacle here. There's an obstacle here, but we are actually x-raying g7. And an incredible move is knight ce4, opening up g7 for the bishop, f takes, and knight takes with tempo on the queen, opens up the rook to g7. So once we get now rook takes g7, the king's still stranded in the center. This is devastating. Let's say queen c8, check, queen takes e4 is devastating. We're just going to get, you know, this is a desperate move, but we're going to just get to the king here with check, rook f7 check, rook takes f5, queen g5, checkmate. So that's just an illustration of f5 that we coordinate on g7. It's absolutely incredible stuff. If this is ignored with casting queenside, we can take on c5, bishop takes g7, knight f7. So we're getting some of our material back. And actually we're winning the exchange. So we've got a pawn back. And we end up winning the exchange. Knight d6 check, we win the exchange. So we end up being material up. And this knight's not great on h2 after either. So knight e5 was tried. Not f5. We have knight ce4. Black castles queenside. If h5 to give a hook on g4, we can take on c5 and play f4. This position, we can get one of our pawns back, bishop takes g7, and we can lunge in with queen h7, and knight takes f7 is going to be good for white. We've got that option of knight d6 if rook e8, it's just great for white. So black castled queenside, knight takes is played, b takes, f4, knight e to f3. If knight g6, you might wonder, well, we're taking on f7. Here, we can actually play rook g to f1 first. To do better than, we can do better than winning a rook. Guess what would be really cool to play here? This is a really fun position. Knight d6 check. We can knock out the b7 protector of f3, play bishop takes f3, and now play queen g2 or queen f2. And queen f2, whereas the knight, queen, not queen g2, we want to hold the h4 square crucially from the knight. The knight's not running away here. And so we end up winning this knight. We're material up. We're whole bishop up for not too much. So knight e to f3 was tried, not knight g6. We have knight takes f7, knight takes g1, rook takes g1. So now we've gone down an exchange and a pawn. Knight f3 is played. Now this is the first inaccuracy it seems from Magnus Carlsen. The first inaccuracy. White is still better after this, but it seems bishop takes f3 might be the way to go. Get the exchange back, take out g7 with the bishop. So now it's equal on pawns opposite colour bishops, but then we can take on h7. If the rook goes away, we'd still take on h7. We're clearly better here, in fact. Our dark square bishop is quite vicious in this position because black has more exploitable dark square weaknesses than we have light square weaknesses. Okay, so anyway, we have rook takes g7 though being played, rook h g8, knight takes d8, queen takes d8. So now bishop f6, trying to deflect the queen from g8, queen f8, queen takes h7, not minding about f6 because again we've got pressure on g8, rook h8, queen g6, check, king b2. Now rook g1. So here bishop g5. Yeah, this seemed like a very resourceful move, the knight holding g1s. But bishop g5, rook takes g5 actually makes things worse for black. But let's say knight h4. We have queen f6 here, and this situation, inviting simplification, is better for white. We're a pawn up. But rook takes g5 was played, which leaves black the exchange down for not too much. Knight e5, queen f6, queen d6, and now check. And here king c3. The king sorts out his own king safety, covering d2, covering d3. This was a great, cute little move to stop this attempt at an attack. And black actually resigned here. If knight f7, we can just take that. That's no big deal. If that's one of the better moves, this is a bad state. The thing is, bishop c6, we can cleanly simplify with queen d8 check, queen a8 check, and get the queens off. Then we've got that pass pawn as well as being the exchange up. So this would be absolutely winning this position. So yeah, this is a kind of mysterious game. It has to be said, it's like Alpha Zero style, positional gambit of two pawns. Mysterious. Especially when you first play over this game. Well, I definitely think it felt mysterious, this knight g5. Like, what's going on here? Knight g5, where is the compensation? But the more variations are shown as examples, we start to see the compensation, the actual concrete pressure. The X-ray pressure, on g7. There's a lot of pressure on the black position here. Engines love it. 2 pawns down. Wonderful stuff. Pretty dynamic chess. Okay. Thanks so much. Hi all. I hope you enjoyed this free Magnus Carlsen lecture. I will be doing quite a few, in fact, because I'm working on a course about universal chess style with a lot of Magnus Carlsen game examples. So I hope you can actually support my channel indirectly by checking out my courses page at Kingscrusher TV. It has great discount codes quite often. So I have a number of courses I've been working on in the last few years. As you can see, I've been busy. Some of these have become Udemy bestsellers in the past or currently, like the Complete Beginner's Guide to Chess is a current bestseller. The Complete Guide to Chess Tactics was previously a Udemy bestseller. So I hope you can check out the courses, and there are free lecture offerings you can check out as well within these. If you really want to get an idea more about the course, you can also expand the course structure when you go and check out a course. So I hope you check out the Kingscrusher TV page, which has these great discount codes attached to all these links. So it's better than going to Udemy directly if you want chess courses, okay, at really affordable prices. So thanks again. Comments, questions, likes, shares appreciated. Thanks very much.